Grandma, my mom, I saw my grandma cry when I told her the torment her own daughter put me through. I'm sorry, that doesn't describe me very well. Maybe if you ask the devil, he'll tell you I'm not good enough. That I'm visually impaired because God didn't love me. Or maybe the fact that he reminds me every day I don't meet God's standards. If you ask the enemy, he'll tell you that I'm lost, that I'm no good, that when I look in the mirror, all I see is injured, insecure, ignorant, impaired Wade. Injured, insecure, ignorant, impaired. Those all start with I. I told you I'm an I problem. I just couldn't see it then.
Come on.
Now, if you ask Christ, he'll tell you I was created perfectly in his Father's image. Yes, right. That my visual impairment was not a mistake, but a gift. That I'm not blind, I see just fine. See, God gives us what seems to be burdens, but in reality, it's a lamp in someone else's darkness.
Come on.
And y'all can figure out what I just said. You ever be watching Disney Plus with like your grandbabies, right? And you see that they're carrying these lamps? Those lamps only work when there's fuel in it. The lamp doesn't work when the fuel is spilled all over the ground. The fuel is what drives you. Your burden is not what burns you, it's what flames your faith brighter. Your purpose cannot run without its burden, just like the lamp can't run without its fuel. Wait, I'm going I'm going to say your purpose cannot run without, and you're going to shout, its burden. You ready? Your purpose cannot run without
its burden.
Let's try it again. Your purpose cannot run without
its burden.
Exactly. Your purpose cannot run without its burden, just like the lamp can't run without its fuel.
Come on.
Let me prove it to you. There was a man who lived in a little village. And every single night, this man would walk around outside with his lamp. And he was blind. The villagers, they would laugh and make fun of him because he couldn't see. He didn't need the lamp. What was he doing? Finally, the villagers came up to him one day and they said, "Sir, what are you doing with the lamp? You're blind. You can't see." The man responded, "I walk with this lamp, so you never have to walk without seeing as I do." God gave this man what seemed to be a burden because the Lord knew that he would use his perspective on life to bless others.
Come on.
It's not a burden when you use it to be a blessing.
What?
It happened to you. It happened for you. Let me say that again. It's not a burden when you use it to be a blessing. It didn't happen to you. It happened for you.
Good word.
I don't know your family situations or your setbacks and circumstances growing up. I don't know who left you or what they tried to take you. I know they tried to break you, blame you, shame you when you are unbroken. And the only way they can break you is through your breakthrough. Those burdens and bullies didn't break you. How do I know? You're still here.
Come on.
You are still here. The enemy wants you dead and defeated, but you are here.
Come on.
When you give your burdens back to God, they become blessings. Don't bury it. Don't give it. Don't hide it. I'm sorry. Give it. When you give your burdens back to God, they become blessings to other people. Don't bury it. Don't hide it. Give it. Remember the old man, the lamp? He doesn't pick up the lamp. He doesn't put fuel in the lamp. He doesn't stop worrying about his own blindness and start helping others see in their darkness. How many people does it affect? His burden became a blessing because by picking up the lamp, he became the beacon in their darkness. Matthew 5:16 says, "In the same way, let your light shine before others, so they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven." The burden you are holding or hiding is the blessing you should be using for uplifting.
Come on.
To reach your purpose, you have to build your purpose. Everyone say, build.
Build.
I gotta say it like this. Build.
Build.
Yeah, you gotta build your purpose. Nowhere
Come
in
on.
the Bible does it talk about your purpose just flying around and it's gonna smack you in the face. You gotta work for your purpose.
Come on.
Let me give you an example. There was a man who came to America during the Great Gold Rush. He was hoping to strike big like everyone else. He went out, he bought supplies, he bought equipment, and he began to dig and dig and dig. He didn't find anything. He decided, well, I'm going to have to sell my equipment because my family can't go hungry. Man, we really need this money. He did exactly that. He sold his equipment. The man he sold it to was like, "I'm good. I'll pick up where you're digging." And he digged. And he digged. And not even 3 feet later, struck gold. This means the original man was 3 feet from striking big, but gave up because it got too hard. He gave up because he saw no fruit in his labor.
Come on.
To be 3 feet from changing someone's life, or making a difference, or making an impact, or getting healed, but you give up because it gets too hard. You give up because you see no fruit in your labor. Let's run the story all the way back. The original man had the right equipment. Let's stop right there. Right. Too many of us in this room, me included, we think we don't have what it takes, but I don't care what your shame, anxiety, doubt, or bitterness is telling you. You have what it takes. Tell your neighbor, I have what it takes.
I have what it takes.
God gave to you everything He wanted to use through you.
What? Come on. Come on. Good word.
Can I bring in Moses? Did you know that Moses had a speech impediment? Moses had a speech impediment, and God asked him to go speak to the Pharaoh. Moses was like, man, God, you're tripping. Like, I can barely talk into this.
Come on,
God
Scotty.
didn't just ask Moses to speak to the Pharaoh. He wanted Moses to lead an entire nation to the promised land. Amen. God took what Moses saw as a burden and showed him it was building towards his purpose. It was no mistake that Moses was born with a speech impediment, that you were born different, born in dysfunction, born with no money or toxic parents. It's always been part of the plan. Right. Don't cry about what you didn't get, because you won't get tools you don't need to complete tasks you weren't assigned.
What? Say, you guys, that's good. That's good.
Don't cry about what you didn't get, because you won't get tools you don't need to complete tasks you weren't assigned.
Right. Fire.
1 Corinthians 1:27 says, for God chose what is foolish in this world to shame the wise. Yeah. God chose what is weak in this world to shame the strong. Come on. You've heard that God uses all things for good.
Yeah.
He uses burdens to be blessings. He uses imperfect people to make an impact.
Come on.
Do me a favor and think of a person that hurt you. Someone that betrayed you, that let you down, that walked away. Why you? Why did the abuse or injury or pain happen to you? Just because God has an odd sense of humor? Nah, that person is in your life so that Christ can change their life through you. I promise it's no mistake. You are meant to take what seems to be a burden and use it to be a blessing. Maybe broken relationships and strained family situations are your burden. Where's my friend Joseph? He'll tell you his brothers beat him up. They threw him into a pit. They lied and said he was dead. His own blood. He was falsely accused by Potiphar's wife. He was forgotten in jail. He was forgotten in jail for another 2 years after helping a prisoner understand a dream. But God used all of that. God took him from the pit and the prison and released him in a palace.
Come on.
Decades later, his brothers came to the palace begging for food and supplies, not knowing that Joseph was there, and Joseph blessed them. His burden was his family and his gift to interpret dreams, but his purpose was to forgive them. His purpose was to show us thousands of years later how to forgive.
Come on.
God can use all things. I love what Joseph says in Genesis 52. You meant it for evil, but God meant it for good. You can still be a blessing. You can still forgive. You can use what was meant to break you and allow God to use it to shape you. There's one last story I'd like to share today. And I know you've heard this story, it's like Mr. Harris's favorite story, but I just tell it to you. There was a little boy on the beach. He was picking up starfish. And he was throwing them in the ocean, one after another, one after another, one after another. So finally a man walked by, and he said, son, what are you doing? And the boy said, I'm throwing starfish in the ocean. What do you mean? The man said, why? There's thousands of starfish on this beach for miles to go. You're not going to make a difference. The boy listened with respect, but he bent down and grabbed another starfish and he threw it in the ocean, and he said, I made a difference to that one. And that's the difference. That's the difference between someone living in their worldly perspective and someone living in their purpose. They saw the same thing, but didn't see it the same way. One saw a problem, the other saw he could be the solution.
Come on.
Who is God calling you to be? Not what do you want to do? How can you impact the world today? Thank you.